I'm curious what it's gonna do after that 1 minute. All the dash now. Battery is nearly empty. Stay mode will end soon.
And the moment of truth. Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. As you saw from the thumbnail, the cars I have behind me today is 2026 all-new Hyundai Palisade. Not just any other Palisades, it is the 2.5 turbo gasoline model and 2.5 turbo hybrid. I have for you these two cars together so I can give you a side-by-side comparison. Just so you know, these lights you see, it's all flicker. It's of course solid light to human eyes. And can you guys guess which one is the hybrid? Before you proceed and watch all the videos, drop in the comment below which one you think is the hybrid, because I bet there is no other way of you telling except taking a wild guess. All right, let's get started. I don't know how it is around the world, but it's getting really hot lately. Let me get my AN jacket off. A lot of people actually compliment this jacket. It's my favorite actually. I mean, I knew they look exactly the same on the outside. There's got to be something that I should be able to tell which one is gasoline versus the hybrid. Both of the cars being the calligraphy trim, as you can see, both have the same grille pattern, as well as the bumper, the 6th DRL-like bumper design. Another grille design, last piece of the grille design at the active air flap as well. So even for the wheels as well, both of the cars being the calligraphy, they got the calligraphy tires and wheels, same tires, same wheels. It is the 21-inch Pirelli Scorpion MS with PNCS Pirelli nose cancelling system, and the sizes of 265, 45, 21. As far as the front look is concerned, there is nothing that can differentiate these two cars apart. Same thing. The profile, I want to give you this view just like that. Nothing. Let's check on this side. Nothing, right? Well, let's go to the rear of these two cars. So as for the pillar, I mean, you can see the different vibe the car gives, what kind of tint you have on the car. So this is pretty much without the tint. That is with a bit of tint, the vibe you get with the tint versus non-tint. They are both H-Track, which is the all-wheel drive for Hyundai. So the only badge we see is right here, the H-Track. At this point of time, you might be thinking they are the exact same car, but I mean, I will show you the engine bay at the end, but nope. Let's go check out what's inside the trunk. Another difference, and I intentionally brought these two cars because this car on the left is the 9-seater, composed of 3 plus 3 plus 3 seat configuration. Of course, it is the seat underneath the cover that I have right here, while this white one has 7-seater configuration, 2 plus 2 plus 3 seats. So that is the trunk space you get when you have the third row seats upright versus the space you get with the third row seats folded down. I also have a lot of videos of Palisades, be it 9-seater, 7-seater, so please refer to that video if you want to know more about it. FYI, that 9-seater might not be available where you are because it might be Korea exclusive model or maybe some selected markets, because there are benefits associated with the 9-seater, be it the tax, be it the bus lane that it can travel on, the list goes on and on. So double check with your local dealerships. It is very likely that you are not getting the 9-seater, unfortunately. And just so you know, I felt it. The trunk is sitting much lower on this 7-seater because somebody preset the trunk to be this high. And there we go. You can just simply lift it up. And when you do, press hold this trunk button for a few seconds. You hear the beep. And now it's gonna memorize this height. And that is the tallest height you can open up the trunk, of course. So like the title said, this video is also about comparing the 9-seater versus the 7-seater. It has the captain seats on the second row seat, 2 seats on the second row seat, together with the massage seat. It will turn on, never mind. Oh, I don't want to show you the gauge cluster just yet. So I turned on the accessory mode and fire up the massage, and you can just go into different modes, and you can probably hear the massage running right now. And the third row seats are pretty much identical. You also have the controllers on the third row seat, just like so. And the best thing about the Palisade is that 100 watts C-type charging ports are all available on the third row seat, second row seat, and the first row seat even. And this nice little handle, it's really handy. And although manual, there is the blind curtain, just like so.
Let me show you the driver's seat of this car. Oh wow, both of the cars actually have the same interior, which is the light gray and navy two-tone. That is my personal favorite. This car, being the 7-seater, it provides wider space on the first row seat, be it the driver's seat and the passenger seat, because with the 9-seater, there is a seat in the middle. Therefore, it does sacrifice some of the sizes for each of these two seats, i.e., narrower and tighter seating position in terms of the width, whereas it's slightly longer and wider. Therefore, the distance between these two seats are narrower on this one and larger on the 9-seater. Of course, that being said, this one does not get tilted up, and we get the sideways opening armrest just like so, with good amount of storage, as you can see, together with the UVC sterilization system that you can operate using this button. Same thing, 100 watts C-type charging ports and wireless charging pad as well. And let me show you the seat in the middle for the 9-seater. The question is still valid. Let me know if you can differentiate the differences between the two cars. So right over here is the center arm console, and what sits in the middle of the car, there is this piece of cloth handle that you can yank, pull in order to lift this up. Well, let me quickly just show it to you. So pull this, and then the seat now becomes into the 9-seater, the third seat in the middle, just like so. So that is pretty much the difference you can expect. You know how it looks like and how they differ in terms of the design. It is a bench seat like in the middle, and that is what I mean by the tighter seats on the first row. When the third row seats are upright, it's literally rubbing the seats around it, so therefore the driver and the passenger seat had to sacrifice some space for that. And this right here is the good old bench type seat that we know of, so that's another reason why it doesn't open up sideways, and it's missing the UVC sterilization because it needed the space for that. And you cannot open when the seat is upright, just like so. You can pull this out, and the cup holder and a nice little armrest, and you can adjust the height as well. You can hear it clicking and adjust it to your needs, and different level of inclination and declination you can get on the second row seats even. The third row seat actually looks exactly the same with the 7-seater and the 9-seater, and you can control it all from the inside, just like so. Those of you with the keen eyes, you guys probably just caught it right now. There is 200 volts and 16 amperes outlet on the trunk, just like so, together with the 12 volts, the good old 12 volts that we know of. If you still don't know which car is which, let me show you what's under the hood of these two cars. I mean, honestly, at this point in time, you guys probably saw which one is which, but let me get started with this one. And there we go. That's what we have. If you still don't know which one is which, let me show you the other one. And the moment of truth. All right, so this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the 2.5 turbo gasoline model, which is now standard. And I know North American markets get V6, which we don't get here in Korea. So unfortunately, I cannot show that to you, but this is the 2.5 turbo, whereas this one right here is a 2.5 turbo with hybrid, and it has the latest tech from Hyundai Motor Group that utilizes what's called TMED, T-M-E-D, the next generation hybrid tech, if you will. I have a whole video dedicated for that TMED and the next generation hybrid video coming up soon, so meet me over there for details. But thanks to this latest tech, hybrid also offers the V2L as well as EV stay mode. That essentially allows you to drain the battery and the battery only in order to run the AC and use electricity from the battery. It maximizes the use of the battery upon destination when you punch in your destination using the onboard navigation. And upon my arrival, I could use the battery for about 30 minutes. Of course, that number dropped down rapidly when I turned the AC on to about 15 minutes. But again, it's much better than nothing, not having it. When you are waiting for somebody at your destination, picking up your spouse, picking up your kids, that will come in very handy. I will tell you about all that V2L and EV stay mode in my exclusive review of the Palisade Hybrid, because again, it was the comparison video of the Palisade Hybrid versus the gasoline in this video, together with the 9-seater versus the 7-seater. Once again, I have detailed videos of each category on my channel, so please feel free to check it out. Since we have it all open, let me quickly show you. That is the ring strut, which was first introduced on Elantra N, and you see the cables running to the suspension, meaning it's hooked up with the Preview ECS, Preview electronically controlled suspension, and that was exclusive to Genesis only up until this Palisade Hybrid. But this car being the flagship SUV of Hyundai, this car got that Preview ECS for the first time. And I will tell you about my experience with Palisade Hybrid as far as the ride is concerned, the NVH noise vibration harshness is concerned, compare it to the gasoline model, if there is any. Well, number one, both of the cars did get that Preview ECS, and it was also on the previous hybrid motors as well, but now it's more upgraded with this latest T-Med, that is the eDTVC, eRide, eMotion, eHandling. There's a lot of names associated with the hybrid motor, only exclusive to the hybrid models. So meet me over there for that detailed review. I already have been putting some kilometers on this car already, so all that drive and sensation feeling is all fresh with me. As soon as I am done with test driving this car for over a few hundred kilometers, I will jump right back into this gasoline model and share you what the differences are, if there is any. You probably heard me keep on mentioning if there is any because, well, both of the cars drive and handle great. Let me put it that way. All right, that's it for today's video. Quickly going over the differences, if there is any, between 2026 all-new Hyundai Palisade gasoline H-Track model to that of the Palisade Hybrid. Once again, both of the cars do have 2.5-liter turbo engines, and this one hooked up together with the latest hybrid tech from Hyundai Motor Group, which makes it the only car out there at this point, at this given moment. So let me go test drive this car a little more, feel it all to myself, see what this latest hybrid tech from Hyundai Motor Group has got to offer. Once again, for more details about these two cars, please refer to my previous videos on the channel. So that's it for today's video, your #1 source of KTM, Genesis, Hyundai, Kia cars. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. And don't miss out my extra videos that are about to flood on the channel with this hybrid, because I am also taking this car to places. I will be testing out some terrain modes as well. Although not as extreme as Kia Tasman that I have done, I am definitely bringing this car over to the terrains you are imagining, thinking of. All right, that really is it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. And drop in the comment below if you actually got the answer right. If you guessed this car to be the gasoline and this to be the hybrid. Bye-bye. So I'm inside Palisade Hybrid, and the biggest difference that you can spot, I mean, after you fire up the car, of course, this hybrid mode that I put on my favorites, you can see the whole hybrid system running. It's charging the battery. Probably it was because low on the battery, so that's a reason why. And you can go into this setting, you can see it's enable the stay mode. When you do that, it will show you the time remaining. You know what, let me drive inside just a little, because I'm getting just so much reflection here, too much lighting here. And just because I have the previous Palisade here parked, let me show you. Let me park the car right next to it so you can feel how they are different in terms of the size and the design. Again, I have it all on the channel already with the gasoline model that I have done. Super tight. The parking lots are very tight here in Korea, as you can all see, but not a problem with all those cameras, sensors, and tags associated with the car. And that's how close we have to park here in Korea. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of space on that side, but all right, as you saw, the interactive pixelated lights, I mean, I have it all on the previous review videos. Please refer to that. Don't want to repeat too much. So the EV mode, yeah, we're seeing much better now. And that is also the hybrid exclusive tech. That is the driver only button right there. But before that, let me enable the hybrid stay mode once again, So enable the stay mode and activate stay mode upon arrival at a set destination. That's what I have done on my way up here, inserting the B-roll so you guys see what it looks like when you run it. So enable the stay mode. I see it's good for 13 minutes. And let me turn that on, the driver only, together with the ventilated system. And the air purification mode is also running. I think it's also detecting pollen because it was green before I open up the doors of the car. And it does that every time I open up a door here. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, running the AC only. And that was the driver only, right? So let me turn that off, see the difference it makes. Oh, still 7 minutes. Maybe do I want to run the ergo motion seat? See what that does? Still 6 minutes. Again, do keep in mind that I have been using the battery already upon my arrival here, so I will try to capture the maximum time I can get with the EV stay mode running the AC on, because I mean essentially that is one of the most important thing, right? Being able to run the AC only using the battery, using the EV stay mode. But you see, looking at these numbers, it's not as crazy, it's not as long as it is in EVs. With Ioniq 9, I saw over 100 hours, I think, and that was even without the batteries fully charged. So there certainly is a long way to go for hybrids, but hybrids are closing in. I mean, this tech we've never seen before. Let me quickly head out and show you the difference between this all-new Palisade versus the predecessor. So this one, although it's a base trim, they're completely different, aren't they? But as far as the size is concerned, they are both gigantic cars. The profile, now the front look. What do you think? That DRL and seamless horizon lamp, it's one of a kind, something that we have not seen on the predecessor, just like so. But I genuinely do love the design of facelifted predecessor Palisade. What do you think? What do you say? 1 minute to go. I am also fast charging my camera as we speak. I'm curious what it's gonna do after that 1 minute. Oh, all the dash now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? So I can drain it out. There we go. Battery is nearly empty. Stay mode will end soon. Oh. Okay. So that's what it does. It just shuts off. Haha, the more you know. So I guess I need to fire up the car again. And I did that. Oh, okay. So it doesn't necessarily use the whole battery. It does keep 25% of the battery, as you can see, right? There was one thing that I've been meaning to tell you, but kind of missed out. And this car is the Palisade Hybrid once again. And due to the nature being and the battery and other systems running throughout underneath the seat, the floor of the car is actually bumped up just a little bit compared to the gasoline, therefore reducing the height you can get from the floor of the second row seat to your knee position. So your feet is sitting higher up compared to the gasoline model. However, I want to make it clear that it is very marginal. I don't think you will be able to tell the difference unless you actually knew the differences were there. A big props to Hyundai about this part because the center tunnel doesn't really sit all that high up, despite the fact that there is the drive shaft. So it's not that tall as you can see, and nice little Palisade right there.